Hey guys, Jay here with Word of Advice TV. Lately in the comments, I've been getting quite a few questions about furnace air filters, particularly about the washable and reusable kind, along with the electrostatic and electronic air filters. Are they any good? Are they bad for the furnace? Do they restrict the airflow? And etc. So in this video, I'm going to try to answer as many of those questions as I can. But before I get to that, I think it would be helpful to first go over a list of all the different kinds of furnace filters that are out there. The first filter on the list is a plain fiberglass filter. These filters are the cheapest and the least effective because they don't actually filter all that much, but they are better than nothing. Next up, we have pleated filters. These are filters that look like a scrunched up accordion, and they're typically made out of polyester or cotton material. They come in many different sizes and thicknesses and are the most commonly used type of filter. Next on the list, we have washable filters. These filters are reusable and are usually made with plastic materials. The good thing about these filters is that there's no need to keep buying new filters all the time, but the trade-off is that these reusable filters tend to be more air restrictive and cause the furnace to work harder. Next one is electrostatic filters. These filters are the same as the washable and reusable ones, but they have an added bonus. As the air goes past the filter, it generates a static charge through friction with the airflow. This makes the dust stick to the filter material better. Electrostatic filters are usually washable, but there are disposable ones as well, so pay attention not to get the wrong one. Next on the list, we have electronic air filters or electronic air cleaners. These filters are basically an advanced version of the electrostatic filters. They're often bigger filters too, because they use what's called collector cells or power cells. These power cells are plugged into high voltage power and use electricity to create a much stronger electrical field than a plain electrostatic filter. This allows it to capture much smaller particles of dust as air passes through the energized cells. These kind of filters do a very good job of catching dust particles if they are regularly cleaned. But let's move on to the next one, which is activated carbon filters. Carbon filters, besides just dust, are also able to trap gases and odors. So if you have some kind of an odor problem in the home, using a carbon filter is a great choice. These filters are easy to spot because the filter material is black. This carbon filter material can be used in pleated filters and in some electronic filters as well. Next up, we have HEPA air filters. A HEPA filter is basically the ultimate filtration filter that traps a minimum of 99.97 particles in the air. The material used in this filter is glass fibers that are tightly woven together. These HEPA filters are very expensive, but can be helpful in cases of asthma, severe allergies, and respiratory illnesses. And the last thing on the list is UV air cleaners. UV lights are not filters, so they're normally paired with another kind of filter because they're not meant to collect dust or particles. What they're designed for is to kill living organisms in the air using ultraviolet light, such as microbes, bacteria, or viruses that may be circulating through your home. These UV lamps are pretty expensive and need to be replaced every year. And those are all I had on the list. There might be some other rare kinds that I didn't mention, but the ones that I listed are the most common types that you're going to see. So let's start with the first and most important question: which furnace filter is the best? And the honest answer to this is, the best filter is the filter that you regularly replace when you're supposed to, or if it's cleanable, it's the filter that you regularly clean. From my experience as an HVAC technician working on furnaces and air conditioners, all the problems that I've seen that are related to air filters are usually caused not by the filter itself, but by the homeowner that forgot to replace the filter on time or didn't clean it in a long time. And you might say, okay, well in that case, how often should I replace my filter or clean my electronic air cleaner? For most filters, it's recommended to replace them every month, or at the most every other month, or to clean them every month or every other month. But of course, if you pull out your pleated filter, for example, and it looks brand new, then just put it back in there and check back a month later. This is all subjective though, because there's off seasons and there's on seasons. For example, if it's the dead of winter and your furnace is running non-stop every single day, then of course your furnace filter is going to get dirtier faster. Whereas in the spring or in the fall, when you're not using the unit as much, the filter is going to last longer. When it comes to furnace filters, there's two extremes. On one side, we have filters that are not filtering anything at all, and then on the other side, we have filters that filter so much that they're barely letting any air through, and the furnace or air conditioner is suffocating. And what I mean by that is, if there's not enough air going through, the furnace is going to start to overheat and shut down, or if you're running the air conditioner, the evaporator coil, if there's not enough air going through it, it's going to start to freeze over. But let's backtrack a little bit and start with the first extreme, where there's no filtration. Oftentimes this happens with fiberglass filters. Even though they filter some dust, a lot of it does get through that filter and ends up on the blower motor and on that evaporator coil as well. So even though these filters have wonderful airflow, with time, over the years, a lot of dust is going to start to accumulate on the blower motor and the evaporator coil, which can cause problems down the road. But from my experience, even worse than fiberglass filters are electronic air filters. Not because these air cleaners are bad, but because many homeowners either don't know that they need to clean them or they forget to clean them. So these cells inside of these electronic air cleaners get completely caked with dust and they become ineffective. And with time, these things might even break altogether, and the homeowner thinks that there's some kind of filtration happening, but there's no filtration happening at all, and the air is just going right through, dust is settling on the blower motor, dust is settling on the evaporator coil. So if you're a homeowner that has an electronic air cleaner, those things work very well if you regularly clean them. And you're supposed to clean them every 3 or 4 weeks if you're using your unit regularly. But for the rest of us that use non-electronic air filters, my general recommendation to people is to use the lowest rated MERV or MPR or FPR rated filter that they can. And from my own experience over the years, all these different rated pleated filters are essentially all the same. They work fine until they get dirty. The main reason why I recommend a lower rated filter is because I know from experience that most people oftentimes forget to replace their furnace filter on time. And this is where the rating matters. If you have a low rated filter, even if it's really dirty, the furnace or air conditioner is probably still going to work for a while before you're going to start experiencing any problems. Whereas, if you're using a high rated filter, which is more restrictive, if you don't replace that thing on time, then your furnace or air conditioner is going to start having problems, almost guaranteed. And it's going to take a lot less time than it would have with a lower rated filter. So what I'm saying is that these high rated filters, they're not bad. I'm not saying they're bad filters. They just need to be replaced on time. Now, if you're somebody that wants to deal with their furnace filter as little as possible, a great option for you, where you don't have to clean it or replace it as often, is either a 2-inch filter or a 4-inch filter. The only downside of these guys is that they're very expensive. By the way, if you have a 4-inch filter or a 2-inch filter, just know that you can also put in a 1-inch filter instead of them. So if for some reason you're not finding the filter that you need, temporarily, you could slide in a 1-inch filter instead. Just make sure that the dimensions are the same, just the thickness is different, and you should be totally fine. And I think that's enough about the pleated filters. Let's move on to the reusable, washable, and the electrostatic types of filters. With these type of filters, I just have 2 suggestions. 1, don't buy the really cheap kind, the ones that have the plastic hairs. They don't do a very good job, and once they get plugged up, it's really hard to wash them out. Which brings me to suggestion number 2. If you have a washable filter, you really have to take your time washing it and spraying it down. Sometimes it looks like it's clean, but you only got the top layer off. All the stuff inside of there, all the gunk, the dust and debris inside of the hairs, all of that takes some time to spray out of there. As long as these filters are cleaned regularly, they're good filters and you don't have to keep buying new ones. Especially the electrostatically charged ones. I know some people have a bad opinion about them, but I've heard plenty of stories where people said that they have severe allergies after they put an electrostatically charged filter in. Their allergy symptoms were relieved by a lot. And some people claim that their allergies went away altogether whenever they're at home. So even though these electrostatically charged washable filters would not be my first choice of filter to get, I don't want to say anything bad about them because I do know that there's plenty of folks out there that have allergies that say these filters made their life a whole lot easier. If someone in your family has bad allergy or asthma symptoms, then you might want to try one of these electrostatically charged filters. One more thing I want to mention about how often you replace filters or how often you clean them. Oftentimes on the frame of the filter itself, it will say right on the frame how often the filter should be replaced or how often this filter needs to be cleaned. But do keep in mind that these numbers are for moderate use. If you're running your furnace or air conditioner all day long, every day, then you're going to have to do it more frequently. If you want to save a little bit of money and you're using disposable filters, I would recommend buying them in bulk wherever you can find them. I usually got mine on Amazon. I would buy a box of 6 or 8 and just place that whole box by my furnace. Whenever I would take a dirty one out, I would just put it right back into the box, pull a new one out and put it in, replace that filter every month or two, and I was good for about 8 or 10 months. So in conclusion, there's different strokes for different folks. Or another way to put it is there's no size that fits everybody. Just pick the filter that works best for you. The only thing that really matters is that you replace it on time, or if it's cleanable, that you wash it or clean it regularly. And if you're still here and not in the comment section below, let me tell you a dad joke that took me a whole minute to figure out. Here goes. 6:30 is my favorite part of the day, hands down. That's it, that's the joke. I was staring at it for a long time before I got it. But anyway, if you don't get it, let me just give you another one. I took up origami for a while, but I gave it up. It was just too much paperwork.